One of the hardest things to admit is that sometimes the people you are attracted to are not actually good for you, and deep down you usually know that very early. You notice the inconsistency, the emotional distance, the red flags, but instead of walking away, you stay emotionally invested. Because attraction is not always logical. A lot of people think they keep falling for the wrong people because they are unlucky, but most of the time it is deeper than that. You are not only attracted to people, you are attracted to familiar emotional patterns, and sometimes what feels familiar is not healthy. A lot of people confuse emotional intensity with connection. If someone is unpredictable, emotionally unavailable, or inconsistent, it creates anxiety, and anxiety creates obsession. You start thinking about them constantly, analyzing their behavior, waiting for their attention. And because your emotions feel intense, you assume the connection must be special. But emotional chaos is not the same thing as love. Sometimes it is simply uncertainty, mixed with emotional dependency. And modern dating has made this even worse, because people are constantly exposed to mixed signals, situationships, and emotionally unavailable behavior. So unhealthy dynamics start feeling normal. Another reason people fall for the wrong person is because they are chasing validation. When someone emotionally unavailable gives you attention, it feels rewarding, because it is inconsistent. And your brain becomes attached to finally being chosen by someone who feels difficult to reach emotionally. That is why people often become obsessed with people who barely give them consistency. Not because they are deeply compatible, but because the emotional inconsistency creates a constant need for reassurance. And over time, you stop trying to build connection. You start trying to earn it. A lot of this also comes from self-worth, because when you do not fully value yourself, you tolerate things that emotionally healthy people would walk away from. You ignore disrespect. You justify poor communication. You stay in situations that constantly hurt you, because part of you believes losing the connection would hurt more than losing yourself. And that mindset is dangerous, because slowly you stop asking, is this relationship healthy for me? And instead you ask, how do I make this person stay? The truth is, people who are emotionally healthy usually do not feel exciting at first to someone who is used to chaos, because healthy people are consistent, clear, calm, emotionally available. And when your nervous system is used to unpredictability, calmness can feel boring. That is why many people keep returning to toxic dynamics. Not because they enjoy pain, but because chaos feels emotionally familiar. And familiar emotions are powerful, even when they are unhealthy. Another difficult truth is that many people fall in love with potential instead of reality. They focus on who the person could become, not who they consistently show themselves to be. So they stay attached to small moments of affection and ignore larger patterns of inconsistency, because hope keeps them emotionally invested. Hope that things will change. Hope that effort will eventually be returned. Hope that love will somehow fix everything. But love alone does not create healthy relationships. Consistency does. Communication does. Emotional maturity does. At some point, you have to become honest with yourself. Are you truly in love with this person? Or are you addicted to the emotional roller coaster they create? Because those are not the same thing. Real connection should not constantly leave you anxious. It should not make you question your worth every day. And it should not require you to abandon your standards just to keep someone interested. The moment your self-respect becomes stronger than your fear of losing people, your dating life changes completely. You stop chasing emotionally unavailable people. You stop romanticizing inconsistency. And you stop settling for connections that only survive because of hope. Because emotionally mature love does not constantly confuse you. It feels safe, clear, stable, and that kind of connection only becomes attractive once you stop confusing chaos with passion. The truth is, falling for the wrong people is not always about them. Sometimes it is about the emotional patterns you still need to heal within yourself. And once you start healing those patterns, your standards change, your attraction changes, and the people you choose begin to change too. Because the moment you stop searching for validation through emotionally unavailable people, you stop chasing relationships that slowly destroy your peace.